and he will end up at third base with nobody out.
You're up there to pinch hit, and that's exactly, a pinch hit triple is valuable, especially with nobody out, and it's a tie game here in game 3. That is beautiful. Bring the infield in. You got the meat of the order up. The Royals got to come through here.
And now the infield is in halfway for Michael Garcia. Here's the pitch. Garcia hits a ground ball, base hit right field. Here comes Waters down from third, and the Royals lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. And that's how the Royals greet Chris Roykoff. He has thrown 2 pitches. Waters has tripled. Garcia has an RBI single.
Deep to right. Renfro's there. Ball game. Ha! Carlos Estevez locks it down. The Royals salvage the series. They beat the Cardinals 2-1.
Well, I mean, those are huge hits. We're no margin for error. It's a 2-1 game. 2-out double from Blanco. 2-strike, 2-out double from Blanco. And Drew, that's a tough pinch hit assignment, but he was ready to go. Perfect spot. You know, getting on third with nobody out is about the best scenario we could have hoped for there.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Stephen St. John here with Todd Leabo and Jake Gutierrez on this Monday, May 19th, 2025. Thank you so much for joining us. Today on the show, we will chat with Pete Sweeney from Arrowhead Pride just after 7 o'clock. What's going on here? What am I doing? There we go.
You don't know your left from your right.
Discombobulated today.
This guy's not combobulated at all.
CJ Moore from The Athletic will join us at 8:30. Scott Carroll from Liberty, Missouri, former Major League pitcher, will join us in the 9 o'clock hour. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you to the Royals for not getting swept by the St. Louis Cardinals. That would have been not nice. They salvaged game 3. But there are
one game every series,
well,
whether you want it or not.
You know. And look, that's important. The bullpen was terrific, and they were able to avoid the sweep. The Cardinals have been hot. They recently had an 8-game winning streak, and so you knew it was going to be a battle. And thankfully, the Royals win it 2-1. And again, highlight the bullpen, which was excellent, and it had to be. And again, it's a recurring theme with this offense. There's no margin for error. I mean, you know, they lost 1-0 this weekend. It's ridiculous. The lack of offense on this team is borderline ridiculous. They have to do something. They must do something, especially now that the rotation has been damaged. We'll get into that. But the Royals come away with a victory 2-1 after Michael Wacha goes 5 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, no walks, 6 strikeouts, but 5 innings. And so Schreiber pitched two-thirds of an inning, Lynch 2/3 of an inning, Urseg, the stud that he is, gets the win and pitches an inning and 2/3 of scoreless ball. His ERA has now been shaved down to .44. A .44 ERA for Lucas Urseg, one of the very best relievers in all of baseball. And then Carlos Estevez gets saved, lucky save number 13. And the Royals relied on the game-winning hit by Michael Garcia, who was also hitting leadoff. Went 1 for 3 with that RBI single and also a walk, pushing his average back above 300. But the Royals win 2-1. So that's nice. That's good. They avoided the sweep. They had to go early to the bullpen, but the bullpen came through. But there's some problems, people. Seth Lugo and Cole Reagans. That seemed like a cruel joke.
You don't want to see that both of those guys in one release.
You don't want to see one of them going on the IL and then two of them go on the IL. Both of them go at the same time. Cole Reagans and Seth Lugo both placed on the 15-day injured list. And this happened on Saturday. And I was like, what the hell? Of course, look, there could have been all kinds of stuff happening on Saturday, and I would have had no idea.
You were busy.
Because you remember Saturday was a wild day in my life.
Whirlwind.
We went and had a nice dinner, a nice small little family dinner on Friday night at Lula Southern Cookhouse downtown. You know, downtown KCMO, dude, that's where it's all happening. That made me feel good. And so it was me and Susan, Phil and his girlfriend, and Richie and his wife. So we're there, nice meal, walk back to the hotel, we're good time. Get up, I MC the Brandon Russell's Flash Dash down in North Kansas City. That was a big success. Very windy for a 5K. Tremendously windy.
Need the wind at your back.
The start-finish line fell down.
Whoops.
And so there had to be adjustments made, but they were made, and that's fine. And then I went back to the hotel, got ready. Made it back to have a nice breakfast brunch or breakfast buffet at the Walnut Room at the President Hotel with my entire family on graduation morning. And then we all get ready, and then we walk over to T-Mobile Center for Phil's graduation from the Block Business School at UMKC. Jake was there. Jake, that was a big event. A lot of people there. That was awesome. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Packed T-Mobile Center. That was a great event. What a great venue to have a graduation.
Jake was scalping tickets out in out on Grand. We told him to get your ass in here.
You didn't get breakfast out of this?
Getting ready to start. No, he came down. He could have. He came down later. You know,
I had stuff going on.
Okay. It's an open door policy.
Right.
Anytime. You know, I was just concerned because graduates had to be there at 1. Doors open at 1. Ceremony starts at 2. And they just said no RSVPs, no nothing. Just first come, first serve. And I mean, the lines were long.
Yeah.
And strong, and we got in there,
and then your phone dings, and the Royals put 2 guys.
Right.
On.
Well, I just say
it's about that time, wasn't it? It was afternoon.
We'll just get I don't have to be in the front row, but I don't want to be in the last row.
No, you got to
right
be
in the middle,
there, yes.
right where I was.
And you need a lot of seats.
Yeah, that was the problem. We had to get in there and get like 12 seats, and we were good. And Sam, my buddy Sam, was coming straight from work. Jake was coming straight from where he was. So get the seats. We're good, and we're good. Great seats, great time, awesome. It was emotional. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. And then we went back, took pictures, and then I emceed the ALS Night of Hope at Arrowhead.
And then what?
That was at the same time as the Royals game.
And then what?
How do you think that was?
That traffic was great.
That was not a pleasant drive from downtown to try to get in to Arrowhead.
I was going to mention that to you. I think Friday. I was like, wait, is this happening at the exact same time as the Royals game? And it was.
That was not logistically pleasing for my driving skills.
How'd they work getting into the ALS event?
I just told us, hey, I'm emceeing this event. Look, I'm not dressed for this Royals game. The game's already started.
What about the people who were just going to the event? Did they have a special thing?
They had a pass,
okay.
But like some parking attendants weren't having it somewhere, just whatever. And you guys know enough about me that I go out to the sports complex. Sometimes I'll just do the
tell them you're in.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Hey, got you.
Or out at Arrowhead, hey, I'm Anthony Sherman.
I was gonna say.
I played for the. Can you just let me through? Oh, hey, all right.
My alter ego.
Go Chiefs.
I've been retired for a while.
Whatever.
I'm graying
That's
up
right.
here.
They don't know. He's out of the.
Oh,
he's not,
sausage.
He's not in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Hey, sausage.
And so all these things are happening. So yes, and then we made it out to the sandbox to see Richie play with Dola White after that
and then
celebrate Tom's birthday. And then I just was done. Okay.
Zapped.
Hours later. And so in the midst of all this, like you said, ding ding.
Ding ding. What? Both of them?
Lugo and Reagans. What did I miss?
Yeah.
What the hell just happened? What is going on? And I didn't like that. And I didn't really have, when you got a day like that, you don't really have time to sit and reflect. And I didn't really think about it until the next day when I was laying in bed. I go, why?
That's a rough one.
Like, what's happening?
How about the third finger strain? Which one's that one, Jake? The third finger? No matter which way you count, which one is it?
Well, the thumb's not a finger.
Isn't it?
Well,
I don't know.
Wow, you just did that on the camera.
It's 1, 2, 3. Is that the third finger?
It's the bird, isn't it?
Your index is your first finger.
Is a word.
Is it?
Is
your
it really?
pinky's not your first finger. You're not going to say, oh, your first finger is your pinky. No, your third finger is your index.
Ring finger?
Yes.
You just call it the ring finger?
That's the third finger.
Why don't they say the ring finger then?
I don't know.
Because it's your third metatarsal or whatever it's called. Metatarsal of the foot.
Well, you know what? I am an English major, but I'm no sports writer. But here's what you do. It's very simple. Look, very simple.
AI tells me the third finger refers to the middle finger of a hand.
Can I just explain to you what you do?
Yeah.
To eliminate any conversations like this? Look, thumb, pointer, bird, ring finger, pinky.
Pinky.
Now, Jake, if I say any of those, do you have any questions about what I'm talking about?
No question.
Show me thumb. Let's see.
Here.
Show me thumb.
1.
Show me pointer.
Pointer.
Show me bird.
Bird.
Show me ring
I
finger.
hate when it does that. Ring finger.
Show me pinky.
Pinky.
There we go.
Little finger. They
There
call
it
that the little
is.
finger.
There it is.
Now, there's another fingering system.
What? Mark that.
Stop.
Mark that tape.
There's the,
Your index finger is your third
is your
finger.
first. Is
It's
your
third.
first.
It's
The
your
index
third.
finger is your first finger.
Okay, index. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And your ring finger is
It
your
goes
third.
Index, middle, third, little.
I
was
like
right. I was
Steven's
right.
words better.
Ring finger's
See?
your third finger.
Pointy,
Yeah,
birdie,
yeah.
ringy,
Yeah.
pinky,
Are you going to mistake that? No.
thummy. Anyway, he's got himself
Okay.
an inflamed finger.
So Cole Reagans has a left groin strain,
And which one's that?
and Seth Lugo
Right here.
the
has a
left one.
right third finger sprain.
You ever tear your groin, Jake?
Oh, yeah, you've seen pictures. Awful. Awful. But
That's extremely painful.
I healed it myself.
I bet.
course
Nothing
you
but
did.
tender, loving care.
TLC.
So
I really did.
Noah Cameron, and look, we talked about
He
this.
was great.
You're going to need him a bunch because pitchers don't stay healthy. That's just the world we live in Major League Baseball. And so here comes Noah Cameron again, and they called up Evan Sisk, essentially trading out a starter for a reliever. And what else could you ask of Noah Cameron? I guess
Don't give up any runs.
Don't give up none.
Like last time.
But that's embarrassing. You can't give that kid a run?
I'll run.
And we're just going to keep talking about this every week till we're blue in the face.
Yeah.
The Royals don't have enough offense. They have to do something. Do something. You waste another brilliant pitching performance, especially in that adversity, when he's got to step in because Lugo and Reagans are hurt. And you ask this kid to step in, and he pitches wonderfully, and you waste it because you don't put up a run.
I guess he gets to stay now, right? Because there's these two guys.
He's got to.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're 15-day deals.
Yeah. I am
got
happy
to.
for him
IL.
because now, listen, it's a great story. Grew up a Royals fan, and as you recall, his other start happened where this year?
Down in Florida.
In Tampa at the spring training facility, right? So
the Yankees.
he had to fly commercial to the spring training facility and then leave and go back to the minor leagues. And now, listen, he got to pitch at his hometown team against the Cardinals and pitch
and
great.
not get any runs of
And they get
support.
no runs, but now he gets to get on the charter yesterday and fly to San Francisco. So at least he probably feels a little more like a major leaguer now.
According to Andy Rogers, the Royals won't make a decision on who starts in Reagan's place when his turns come up on Wednesday in San Francisco, and not yet. So
I hope
Gutierrez
at least he
said-
got to go with them.
right.
He's on the roster, so I guess he
Sisk
went.
essentially trading a starter for a reliever. He said we'll get Clark back on Monday, and we'll just have to see how we get through these days. With Thursday being an off day, there's a potential to be a bullpen day,
Right.
or come up with something in the interim for Wednesday. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves.
One game at a time.
That's what you got to do. But you also have to score runs.
You
And- and
know,
they're
how about
not.
score run sometimes?
All right. And so, besides those moves, which are, well, it's great that Cameron comes back up, but it's not great the reason why. Yesterday, the Royals recalled Jonathan Boland from AAA, and here we go. You got to start making these moves, and they don't make ownership happy. But when you got veterans making money that aren't doing the job, they got to go. If you're trying to make the playoffs, Chris Stratton, great clubhouse influence. Glad you decided to sign with the Royals at the time that you did. Got to go. He was designated for assignment. And so he had just, over 30 or 75 plus innings over the last year plus. He had a 6.09 ERA.
Not good.
And this year's 7.94 ERA in 12 appearances. You can't hide that.
Stick us out like a sore thumb.
There's nothing
on
you
this
can do
staff.
with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing, and he signed a 2-year, $8 million deal. Fine. Okay? Next up, Hunter Renfroe. Get ready for it, because you're going to have to make that move, because you can't. We're seeing this. Starting pitchers are dropping like flies. You're going to have more injuries. You can't have players on the roster that are not of use.
Drag.
That you're trying to hide. Okay? Now, another step, and this is a good step. This is very pleasing. Okay? We're getting close to getting jacked out of Kauffman Stadium. And that's what I want. I want to go out to Kauffman Stadium, and I want to get in my seat, and I want to get jacked in front of everybody.
The whole world.
Right? I want the whole world to see it. Jack Caglione took another step towards Kauffman Stadium. The Royals promoted their top prospect, and according to MLB Pipeline, the number 10 prospect in baseball, from AA to AAA last night.
Back jack off.
And he will begin his time with the Storm Chasers on Tuesday night at Salt Lake.
Salt Lake.
And also as part of that move, they also promoted Frank Mozzicato, former first-round pick, to AA. And he had a 1.24 ERA down at the high A. So you know what? Good. Pat him on the back. Let's go. But this is significant, very significant. As Caglione he's shown he's one of the top hitting prospects in all of baseball, and there cannot be a team that needs him more than the Royals. They need production, they need power, they need everything he needs that he has to offer. The Royals need to get jacked.
They need power.
Okay? He brings power. I've told you that. After dominating AA,
He's bringing power.
he now is in AAA. In AA, he played 6 games in right field and 1 in left. And as Andy Rogers writes, that first base outfield rotation he's been on will likely continue in AAA. I'll read you this final paragraph from her article. Still, the Royals won't rush their top prospect, no matter how much everyone would like to see him demolish balls into the fountains at Kauffman Stadium. They gave Caglione a month plus to settle into AA, preaching patience for a slugger less than a year into his pro career, and would like to see him settle into AAA now. His potential call-up will be based on his performance and what the Royals need on their big league roster.
Well,
but
we
now
know what they need.
He's closer than ever. Oh, that's right. That's not going to change. You don't need Sherlock Holmes out there to try to investigate and figure out what the Royals need. What does this team need? Oh, I don't know. Somebody they can hit? What else do they need? Oh, I don't know. Someone that can hit the ball over the wall? That would be nice. Somebody that can just absolutely murder a mistake?
He's bringing power.
That's easy.
When's he going to be here?
You know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to I'm done with Jake bullying me. I'm done with other people trying to bully me and tell me to stop. No. he should be here now.
Now?
I'm done. I'm done with this charade.
He should be, but he won't be.
I know he's not. I know he won't be. I didn't say that.
But Leabo
I
asked
said
you
he's
when,
asking
when
me.
is he going to be?
But he's asking. I'm telling you what I think.
You should be in San Francisco right now.
He should be heading to California with the Royals.
But when
I'm
will
done.
he be?
I don't know. I have no idea what they're going to do. No idea. Okay? But I'm done with this song and dance to try to placate everyone else. Early on, him tell me to stop. You tell me. Everyone tell me to
tell you
stop.
to stop.
I go. You say stop, I go. I've had it because I was willing to see not only what he does to AA, I was willing to see what the Royals were going to do, and if they at some point were going to turn things around
that gone?
offensively. So you know what? Hey, we could use him, but it's not a desperate need right now. Okay? Here's what's happened. He was better at AA than I thought he'd be, and I thought he was going to be pretty damn good. Okay? He was better at AA than I thought he'd be, and the Major League offense is worse than I thought it would be. Do both of you agree with those two statements?
Oh, yeah. This offense is way worse than
But
I
is
thought
he
it would
better
be.
at AA than you thought it'd be, and is the Royals offense
I was
worse?
hopeful he'd be about like this, but yeah, he's been better. Yeah.
Nobody could think he's doing what
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
going to do what he's doing.
And you
right
agree
now.
about
No one.
the Major League team. This offense is worse than you thought it would be.
Yeah.
So those have changed.
I mean, I didn't think Vinny and Salvi would be both of them be playing this bad.
And the fact that the team can't hit home runs and they waste pitching performances.
Well, the only team in the American League who scored less runs is the White Sox.
Okay.
And by the way, they played one less game. So if the White Sox in their next game score 2 runs, which they could, that would be the exact same number of runs the Royals have scored.
And
that's just not good enough.
Right. I'm very hopeful that Noah Cameron will continue to pitch well, but 2 of their starting pitchers got hurt, which again is a reminder how volatile this thing is and how quickly fortunes can change.
Yeah, 40% of your starting rotation is down.
Okay? And so there's more pressure on the offense to perform. You know how they say, well, he had a cup of coffee at AAA, then he came up. Literally. I want him to go to Salt Lake, have a cup of coffee,
Never get to Omaha.
and then catch a flight to San Francisco. That's how much time I want. But I digress. You ask me,
Win.
I think he'll spend a month down there.
One
And I
month,
think
so
it's too much.
late June.
I think he'll be up before the All-Star break. I think.
I mean, I would hope so.
Is that
I mean,
wrong? Do you
no.
think? Okay, what do you think, Jake?
I
what do you
think
think they'll
yeah.
do?
1, 2.
All-Star breaks the 14th of July. That's doable.
June
Come
10th
on.
against the Yankees, he'll be up. That's
Okay.
3 weeks from now,
All right.
right? June 10th,
Yankees.
Yankees. That starts the home team.
Fine by me.
That's my guess.
Fine by me.
June 10th.
I'll have it.
Are they gonna have him on the road somewhere?
I don't know.
No, Tuesday,
I'll take it.
Tuesday, June 10th against the Yankees in the lineup, hitting bombs against the Yankees. At
Okay.
home in Kauffman Stadium.
And if he struggles, he went through a little bit of a struggle at AA. Then he turned things around and just went.
That's what they always
Crazy.
want to watch him struggle a
Sure.
little bit. See how they respond.
But he's fine.
This is about 3 Mondays in a row. We
can
kept
handle it.
saying, "Hey, maybe he'll be at AAA," and now he finally is. So that's
Or
that's some
maybe
progress.
they call him up the series right before the Yankees, Friday, June 6th against the White Sox. White Sox.
but
Let 'em have
listen
a
to
little,
me.
Yeah, get a
a
little
little
fun.
tune up.
But they can say they can try to tell you, look, no, we're not going to change the game plan. We're preaching patience. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We need to play the long game with Jake Caglione. They cannot, with a straight face, say that because they know as well as we do the struggles of the Major League offense
and
has
listen,
an impact on this decision.
This team
it
made
has to.
They made the postseason last year,
Right.
And they have a window that's open right now with this pitching
They
staff.
made the postseason last year, and what stopped them? They didn't have enough what against the Yankees? Offense.
Yeah.
Okay? What will prevent them from making the postseason this year if they don't make the postseason? Offense.
Or these pitching injuries.
How good was the bullpen yesterday? The
Outstanding.
bullpen's not the problem. The rotation's not the problem if it's healthy. But right now it's not. The problem is offense. What can he provide you?
Offense.
Offense. So now The countdown to Jack is on. Okay? We're all going to get jacked sooner or later.
Back Jack off.
And I want it to be sooner.
In public, at the K.
Jack Caglione promoted to AAA. Let's go. We'll be right back after this on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Welcome back to the show. This is New Day with SSJ. How about this? Ian Kraft posted this yesterday. Ian Kraft from the Royals.
Crafty.
Major league pitchers to begin their careers with back-to-back starts of at least 6 1/3 innings and 2 or fewer hits in Major League history.
That's probably 450 guys have done this, or is it like 2?
Noah Cameron.
That's it?
That's it.
That's the guy?
That's the one.
Pretty good.
That's it. Nobody else.
Short list.
Nobody else.
That's a short list. He's been great.
Oh, he's been terrific. And that's the problem with people that want to trade him. You have to remember how much you're going to need him. And is it a luxury? Sure it is, to have a 6th starter that good and that promising. But you've got veterans like Lugo and Waka who, look, you could be surprised at some point if Waka needs a brief stay on the IL. No. It's what happens. You could have the flexibility at some point if you think, well, we need to really strengthen this deal down the stretch and get after it. You could end up putting Lorenzen in the bullpen and putting Cameron in the rotation or putting Cameron in the bullpen, whatever. Now, if there's some unbelievable deal, and guess what? There should be teams out there doing backflips trying to get a starting pitcher like Noah Cameron. And they should be offering the Royals a lot. Now, if there's a can't-miss deal that you just can't say no to, okay then. And it's providing you with a corner outfielder or some type of offensive upgrade, sure. Then you have to look at it. But he is not going to be wasted in the role that he's in. And we're seeing it already. He already stepped in for a spot start, came through, and now to come in and pitch this game. And I have no idea. With this finger thing has me baffled. I don't know how long he's going to be out. But to me, and we'll talk to Scott Carroll later, I was never a pitcher, but to me, fingers on your pitching hand
that's
deal. Pretty important.
Last year, Seth Lugo made 33 starts. He's not going to do that this year.
Jake's always talking about how important fingers are. Well,
big part of his job.
He's been proven right. I get it.
Cole Reagan's made 32 starts last year.
You going to come in here and run the board
with no finger?
If your third finger's sprained, are you going to be the same? No. You be as quick? No.
Have to go on the IL.
No. Maybe, but even if you try to produce through it, you're screwing up. You're hitting this wrong button. I'm in the middle of something. We go to break. Like, what the hell's going on? He's the third finger. The third one. There you go. See, then that'll happen.
See?
And then I'm talking to you, and then Drake's getting involved. And
See,
Chad's walking down the hall. Like, what the hell's
know
wrong
what he's
with him?
doing.
It's his fingers, Chad.
They're big.
Okay? And so we don't know.
Important.
The big phalanges.
We don't know.
Like
Andy
sausages.
Reid knows about this.
Sausages.
Andy Reid loves baseball. He gets it. He understands it. So I don't know how long that's going to be nagging.
Their starting pitching last year was unbelievable with how available they were.
They're like little baseball bats. And so I said, I will not let you do surgery on me. There's no way with those big phalanges that you're going to get inside of me, man.
We don't play that clip enough.
We should play it more.
Should we?
But they just put 2 of these guys on
the
IL
phalanges that you're going to get inside of me, man.
Who last year did not miss any starts.
And the groin thing has already lasted longer than they thought.
Yeah.
With Cole Reagan, so that scares you. Like, I don't know. We'll ask that. You know what? We should have a former major league pitcher in to talk about these
groins
things.
And fingers.
Get Scott Carroll on the show at 9:05.
Groins and fingers.
But there's going to be a lot of opportunity for Noah Cameron to help this baseball team. And guess what? It's happening now. And he tried to help on Saturday. But the Royals offense would have none of it.
No.
Like, no. You're not going to be the star here. We're going to be the headline. We're not going to score any runs.
Well, you're welcome to the major leagues. This is how we do it here. We don't score.
Yeah. Good luck with this. So, there you have it. I'm hopeful that the IL stays won't be long, and we'll see what they do with Reagan's spot when it comes to on Wednesday. Also, I don't know if you saw this, but Jack Caglione got promoted to AAA. Oh, did I mention that already?
We talked about that.
Oh, good. Let me talk about it again. He's slashing at AA, 320, 394 on base, 558 slug with 9 home runs and 41 ribbies. In case you're wondering what he was doing.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Jake, are you fired up about the Final Four that we have now in the NBA playoffs? You like or don't like?
I
actually I like.
I'm fine.
Do you know why I like?
Fresh blood.
That's exactly right. New blood, fresh blood. I thought this was interesting. I saw this. Of the 4 teams left in the NBA playoffs, Oklahoma City, how many championships they have?
Nones.
0.
Well, if you count Seattle, 1 back
Oklahoma
in the 70s.
City.
0.
Is what I'm talking about.
None.
He didn't say Seattle, Todd.
Right. Minnesota, how many championships they got?
None.
Indiana, how many titles they got?
Pacers have never won the NBA title that I know of.
None.
Right? Yeah.
That's none. The Knicks have 2 titles. When's the last time they won one?
Was that 72?
73.
73. Willis Reed?
There you go. So we will for sure
Something fresh.
see a team win a championship for the first time ever or the first time in 52 years.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
So that makes me I'm very interested in that.
Halliburton's dad still banned, or
he's
did he come
whatever.
back?
Done for the postseason.
He doesn't care.
Postseason, okay, he's fine.
You think he cares right
You
now?
think he's running around just holding up towels at people at
I hope.
He's
Houses.
running up
I
to
hope.
people at grocery stores,
Yep, they're getting
waving his son's
towels.
face and screaming at them, and he should be.
Yes, he should.
Right now.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Pacer Timberwolves. That's what I want.
Pacers and T-Wolves.
Explain.
I don't know.
You don't want to thunder
there's
up?
There's got to be something.
Come on, the
I want to
Thunder's
see
our closest
Anthony
team.
Edwards and Halliburton go at it.
That'd be good.
There's got to be. I mean, that's a pretty good reason, I guess.
Do you think if the Knicks don't make the finals, these will be some lowly rated TV finals just because of the nature of the?
I don't know, man. They shouldn't be, because listen. So you brought up 2 players, right? One of these, I don't know what anyone's definition of a superstar is, and it's more than just one player on each team, obviously, or they wouldn't be in the conference finals. But the guy for each team is searching for his first championship. So, SGA, Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, and Tyrese Halliburton. All 4 of those guys have been unbelievable in the postseason. Rank the 4 of who do you root for? Who do you want to win, or how do you like them? Like any way you rank them.
Well, I think SGA is the most talented of them. I like him, and I like the Thunder. I got people down there who love the Thunder, so I'll go him 1. I think Brunson has come up with some huge moments, but he's not as talented, for sure, as Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man is probably the second there.
What about the heroics of Halliburton?
Halliburton and Brunson. This is going to be great to watch them.
But Brunson, there have been times when you've watched him and his creativity and the shots he makes. Like, what do you do there?
Yeah.
What do you do? And SGA defensively, yesterday I saw when he was the primary defender. Yesterday, the players that were up against him for Denver went 0 for 9 from the floor and scored 3 points.
That's winning recipe.
Jake, what about those 4?
Yeah, I mean, I think
I don't know how you rank it, but like what?
SGA, I think, is first. Are we just talking about
Just
this,
for you,
this
like
season?
who you like, who you rooting for, who you want, whatever.
I think I go with Todd on that. I think I put Halliburton above Brunson, but it's like they're all 4 superstars. They were all on, like, SGA was first team All NBA last year. Brunson and Edwards were second team All NBA, and Halliburton was third team last season.
I like all 4 of them, and I root for all 4 of them. And so there's like not one of those guys that I'm rooting against. Like, man, I don't want him to win a title.
Kind of rooting against the Knicks.
Yeah, just for fun.
Right, but I like Brunson a lot.
Yeah,
that's my
absolutely.
point. The team is a different story. I'm just talking about those 4 players. those 4 players are a joy to watch.
They're studs.
And I like all of them. So like I'm just like, and I
sit back and watch.
Yeah, like I don't know if you know this, Leabo. Like for example, say if LeBron was alive in these playoffs, Jake would be rooting heavily against him,
even though he's on his team
because he doesn't like him.
Yeah, he's personal. It's
Right.
personal.
That's accurate.
Okay, but I don't feel like there's any of these guys. Like, I don't like that guy. I think we all like these guys, and they're fun to watch. Like, I was rooting against Denver because once I saw the Nuggets win a championship and I really made the connection and understood how many Broncos fans that made happy,
Right.
it pissed me off.
Angry.
And so I said, I never want to see them win again. And so when they got ousted in embarrassing fashion, did they even show up to Game 7? Did they go?
They were.
Were they there?
They were up in the first
Oh,
quarter
were
by
they?
a little bit.
Well, good.
And then it just
they
was done.
should have stopped it then. So
They
they could
should've.
And
advanced.
then Williams had 17 points the second quarter
Okay.
and said night. Jalen Williams.
And so that makes too many Broncos fans happy, so I'm done with that. I hope they never win a title again, even though I love Jokic.
You hear that, Shane?
Okay.
Todd, you're a Nuggets fan too, aren't you?
Well, I'm giving it up now because
You have
cause
to.
make Steven.
Now-
So I'm a Thunder
now
up
you
guy.
grouped in with Broncos fans. I don't like that.
Yeah, but I do like the Thunder.
That's fine.
Because that is the closest one, and I have friends who they really like the Thunder.
like the
they live
Thunder.
down there. Their colors are so bad.
Well, I mean, you got 3 Midwest teams. That's pretty awesome.
I'm curious. I'm looking back through some TV ratings.
Ant-Man's a stud.
You know,
Ant-Man's awesome.
it's amazing how few people watch the NBA Finals. I know it gets a lot of traction online and everything because that's how the NBA is watched now. It's like clips and stuff like that.
Yeah, nobody watches.
There hasn't been a Game 7 in the NBA in a long time in the finals, since 2016. That was the Cavs and Warriors. Great series.
That doesn't affect me, though.
But
I don't care
no, I
what-
know.
what
I'm
other
just
people
I am just
watch.
curious about how it goes. I mean, people make fun of like NFL draft and stuff. I mean, it does better than some of these finals games.
You know who I like better
nuts.
than those 4 players, even though I like those 4 players? You know who I have ranked ahead of them?
Who's still in this or
Jack
somebody-
Caglio.
Oh, he might come
Jack
up and play.
Caglio.
I heard he's a good post
He
presence.
has nothing to do with the NBA.
He's a good
but
post presence.
I have him ranked ahead of SGA, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, and Tyrese Halliburton. 1, Jack Caglio. Now,
1.
do you think that's dumb?
No, it's not dumb. Why would I say it's dumb?
Because
I'll bet he could play basketball.
Well, he could. You know what?
He could do anything.
Jack Caglione can do whatever the hell he wants. He could pitch. We haven't seen that yet. You don't hear me talking about that. Don't get me started. He can pitch too. Just now Jake knows. I haven't even tapped into that resource.
Right. I mean, you forget about that.
He could pitch. Guess what? In the 9th inning, he might hit a home run in the game to give you the lead, and then in the 9th inning, come in and close it out. Let that happen. I'll rip this microphone out of its base. We'll take a break. Back after this on WHB.
What's up, Kansas City? Jake Gutierrez here. I'm here to tell you about one of the best decisions I made in a long time. Well, if you listen on Thursdays, Sherman Dieter in here, and you hear them call me Iceman. Well, that's because I love getting in an ice tank, a nice cold tub, right? I used to get in a feed tank. I used to fill it up with ice. I used to lug ice around. It was awesome, but it was also a pain, and you had to go through a lot of work just to get the benefits from the cold. Well, I saved myself some time on ice and the going and lugging it around because I upgraded to an Arctic ice plunge from ProBuilt Pool and Patio. That's right, ProBuilt Pool and Patio. Give them a call, 816-786-3893. It's awesome. I'm telling you, the benefits from the cold: it reduces muscle soreness, decreases inflammation, improves circulation, burns the brown fat around your organs, boosts your immunity. I sleep better. I'm telling you, the dopamine hits that I get from this, you know my lifestyle, and you know this is all natural, baby. That's right. So the benefits from the cold, they're numerous, and I love it. It's the way I start my day every day. I'm in there. So call ProBuilt Pool and Patio, 816-786-3893. Ask them for the Iceman special. Tell them that Jake Goody sent you. You can check them out online, ProBuiltPatio.com, or you can go see them at their awesome showroom. It's at 4708 Northwest Gateway Avenue, Riverside, Missouri. That's 4708 Northwest Gateway Avenue in Riverside. Remember, tell them Jake Goody sent you and ask them for the Iceman special. And if you're going by there, just look for the palm trees. ProBuilt Pool and Patio. Give them a call. Check them out online, or just go by and see them. Ask them about the Iceman special. You won't regret it.
Jake wants me to pass along this report from Adam Schefter that NFL owners are scheduled to meet
Shefty
Tuesday and Wednesday in Minneapolis to vote on a proposal to ban the tush-push play that the Eagles have mastered. The proposal was tabled this spring at the league meeting in West Palm Beach
because it didn't pass.
but it's expected to come to a vote this week.
I don't think that's passing.
What side?
I think it's going to stay legal.
You do.
I do.
You do.
Jake doesn't.
I mean, I hope it stays legal. I hope it stays a play. I mean, I was anti. I was hoping they'd ban it because it's kind of against the rules, right? But once they pushed it back after it didn't pass the first time, and they're like, "Oh, we're just going to table this," because they didn't have the necessary votes.
Right. Table this.
I'm like, well, that's screwed up. I mean, that's just the NFL doing what they want to do, and it's like, we don't have enough votes right now, so we're just going to table it until we can convince people.
Can we get closer?
Right.
Do me a favor. Why don't you guys tell me about the golf, about the PGA Championship?
Scotty was Scotty, man.
Kind of snooze fest, honestly.
Yeah, John Rahm got it tied at one point. Then he just fell apart.
Right. He collapsed. He had a bogey and then 2 doubles.
Hit the ball in the sand on the tee shot, and it was just over.
And then he hit somebody, didn't he?
Yeah, and it just
crushed somebody.
Like he was tied for the lead, and then all of a sudden he wasn't even on the leaderboard when they put it on TV. It's like blink of an eye, Rahm was gone.
And then Scheffler, once he hit the back nine, because he didn't have a great front nine, let Rahm back in, and then 10 through 15, he was just money, and then he just coasted to the end. But it was kind of on Saturday. It was kind of looking like, oh, we're gonna have a great Sunday, and then Scotty Scheffler just went nuts. That shot, I'm trying to think on that par 5, the eagle he had, where he put it like 2 feet. What was that on? Trying to think what hole it was. It was on the back 9, but he had a 300-yard shot and put it 2 feet away from the pen.
Yeah.
Play this. I sent you a clip of John Rahm speaking after the PGA Championship. I thought this was pretty good.
Rahm ended up 5 over the last 2 holes, like you said. That's the green mile. The finishing holes are very difficult, and even if he had parred them, he was going to be 2 shots behind Scheffler. So Scheffler wasn't going to get beaten.
Right.
But that was not a good finish, and Rahm clearly wasn't very proud of himself afterwards.
Well, I think it's the first time I've been in position to win a major that close and haven't done it, right? The only times I think I've been on the lead on a major on a Sunday, I've been able to close it out, and it's a very different situation. So I don't know exactly. But if there's ever a time where with families, 4 is the best. Luckily, I'm going to get home maybe on time to get the kids to bed or not. I'm not sure. And to them, whatever I did today, win or lose, they don't care. So that's always a good perspective. And I always like to go back a little bit on something that Charles Barkley likes to remind basketball players all the time. Like I play golf for a living. It's incredible, right? Am I embarrassed a little bit about how I finished today? Yeah, but I just need to get over it, get over myself. It's like it's not the end of the world. Like it's not like I'm a doctor or a first responder or somebody where if they have a bad day, truly bad things happen, right? So I'll get over it. I'll move on. Again, there's a lot more positive than negative to think about this week, and I'm really happy that I put myself in position and hopefully learn from this and give it another go in the U.S. Open.
Man, that's good perspective.
Absolutely.
Jake, you were nodding your head with
likable guy.
I like that.
I mean, it's the difference between what tournament was it last year when Rory blew it and DeChambeau came back and won?
It was the PGA.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought. And then what'd Rory have to say after?
He left. He didn't talk to anyone.
Okay.
By the way, he missed all 4 media sessions
He asked you
this
that
week.
because he didn't.
Right.
Get it?
And then John Rahm,
he baited you, and you fell right into his trap.
He didn't.
He blew it. He blew it, and then that's what he had to say afterwards. That's a true professional. I admire guys.
You give him mad respect.
Absolutely, because whiner Rory blew it and then just left and didn't have any.
Is that his name?
That's what I call him.
Do they call him that, Leabo? Have you heard that? Whiner
He had a great weekend too.
I know he calls him that, but does anyone else call him that?
Anyways.
Yeah, there are probably several people who do.
Do you call him that?
No, I don't.
Why
It's
not?
interesting. I like Rahm. I like a lot of things about him, but I've still got a little something in the back of my head about these guys who
get over it.
Went to the LIV.
Get over it.
Because
clearly he's not over it.
Well, no, here's
he
the
brings
deal.
it up again. Did
They
he?
paid him money.
They did pay the money, and it's fine. That's just what they did. But I think some of them, like, listen, I like that perspective as a human being, but
you can't get over it.
No, but here's the deal. That's kind of
they hurt my
I'll say
PGA
no.
Tour.
No, I think that's a little soft to be like, I just lost the PGA Championship and it's okay, but because it's okay because he still gets millions of dollars just to appear somewhere. And where's the next LIV Tour event? You don't know. Nobody knows. But he gets a lot of money.
Vegas.
So you don't like what he said? You think it's soft?
No, I like it as a real person. But the best of the best who have played this game aren't real people.
So you wanted
to
say,
they die.
I'm more important than a doctor.
Even if he didn't blow it, Scotty Scheffler was going to win that tournament.
That's what I think.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
but you know,
nobody was beating Scotty Scheffler this week.
But back in the day, because this is just the way this. Listen, I'm like you said, they're playing golf for a living. So he cost himself. He made $454,000 yesterday. And he was 5 over on the last few holes. It cost himself well over $1 million if he would have finished second place, and that would have destroyed people back in the day because they cost themselves $1 million and they cost themselves a chance at winning a thing. But yes, that's no big deal. I got millions of dollars. I don't even have to play very good. I got my kids at home love me. For some people, not for me. Some people say that's pretty soft.
It sounds like you're saying that.
I'm not saying it.
Well, you just did.
Who's your hero over the Lakers?
Kobe.
What's your favorite gif of Kobe?
I mean, there's so many of them.
The one where he goes, soft.
Well, I mean, that's...
What would Kobe think about it? It's no big deal.
Two different sports.
I could have won, but I finished in 10th place.
They are two different sports.
I'm just asking, what would Kobe say?
Kobe would probably say, I suck today. I'm going to go work all off season and,
I'm not going to get home and put my kids to bed. I'm
might.
going to the range right now.
yeah, probably. But hey,
it's a healthy attitude, and I think maybe it's better that
Rom
guys
isn't
have
my
healthy
favorite player
now.
ever. So yeah, okay. I like Rom. I think what he said was great.
It's a great healthy attitude for human beings.
Would it have been better if he would have said, "I'm more important than a doctor. I don't like my kids. I'm going to the range tonight."
No, I think
then would he like, "Yeah, let's go"?
No, it'd be like, I wasn't good enough today. I need to get better. And don't bring the doctors into it.
He said he's embarrassed.
I know he said it.
He said I'm embarrassed.
I'm not complaining about John Rahm. I'm complaining
actually.
I just think
you're complaining about Live Golf. So.
I think Live Golf has made some of these guys a little soft.
There it is. Finally, we get to what you're. Is that correct?
And now by the other side of it, the PGA has helped facilitate that because now they're all just passing money out for not winning.
Yeah.
Are they going to ban the tush push or not?
I don't think so.
Jake?
I think they are.
Okay, then. We'll see who's right. We'll revisit this in a couple of days. We'll find out who knows their business.
I don't know any business.
I think that's why they tabled it.
We'll be right back after this on WHB.
John Rahm would ban it.